All right, what's going on, guys? Larry here from Red 6 Mustang, and today I want to walk you guys through one very important decision in my life, which was why the hell I would get out of a Corvette and why I would restart my whole channel, my whole project with another V6 Red Mustang automatic. So I'm doing entrepreneurial stuff right now, and at the time I had my Corvette, which had financed. I was at the last year of payments on the Corvette. I had a Prius also. The Prius I owned outright, and I had obviously 2 car insurance payments. I had 1 car payment, and my apartment complex only gave me 1 parking spot with my 1-bedroom apartment. So to get an additional spot to have my other car, they only sell additional slots in tandem slots. So I had to buy 2 extra parking spots just to have 1, and that was an additional $200 a month. So long story short, that's why I have a Red 6 Mustang project again. I sold the Corvette, I sold the Prius, I got this car, and I feel like I have a happy medium of both worlds. I get about 350 miles per tank, which is pretty cool on the V6, but then I also have 305 horsepower, so to speak, maybe even 300, because I heard they detuned these a little bit to try to make the EcoBoost a little more delicious looking to new prospective buyers. So let's just call it 300 horsepower in stock form. Obviously the person who had this car before me put on an air intake, they put on an exhaust, and I'm pretty sure they did some sort of shitty ass tune to this car, which reminds me, I do need to go back to the dealership and get the tune set back to stock. So where I am today is this. I love making YouTube content. It's been my side hobby for over 10 years now. I mean, I've had multiple projects that have gone, popular, not popular, certain videos that have broken 50,000 views, 70,000 views. Some projects I worked on with other people have gotten 100, 200,000 views. I love just making content, doing videos, using it like a vlog mainly. This is my offering to you, the audience, the subscribers. This is my plan with this car. I'm gonna make this car faster than my previous Corvette. So if you take the stock quarter-mile times of the Corvette Grand Sport C6 2010, which is what I had, I'm gonna make sure that this car beats those times. I'm gonna make sure that this car has more horsepower than that car as well. I think that that's a modest, achievable goal for a V6. I know my V6 isn't a V8, and I know that if I just went and bought a GT, that I could talk, 1,000 horsepower, 1,200 horsepower, if I'm like super serious and get the financing right, and maybe even get some AdSense revenue from some of the stuff that I do. Sure, we can talk that later, but I wanted to achieve a goal that was going to be reasonable given my situation. I drive to and from, not work, but my podcast studio every day, because we do 2 shows a day every weekday. That's how I start my day. That place is 24 miles away from my house one way. So that's 50 miles a day that I'd be putting on premium gas Mustang GT versus, could use 87, and getting 350 miles per tank. Plus knowing that my income is completely dependent on the money that I can generate online. So there's a reason why I felt like this was a better happy medium than to go all out, get myself a GT, and possibly have maybe a better car to work with in regards to doing Mustang modding on a channel, but there was gonna be a lot of expense that I would have to incur on the way up. Hold on, let me get by these guys. So I'm happy with this car, very much so as a starting point. I think that the car, the Cyclone engine, has the potential to do exactly what I said, right? I can build it, make it pretty stout. I can have 500 horsepower, I think is an achievable goal, and that's if I do everything right. And then on top of that, if you really want to get cheeky, you can throw in a 100 shot of NOS, as Brian used to know. You can throw in a nitrous oxide, get some additional on-button horsepower there as well. Soon ready to go. I'm definitely a child of the Fast and the Furious movies, because NOS is the first thing I say when I'm talking about nitrous oxide. If you're watching this video, it's because I hope you like Mustangs, project cars, and people who are excited about those 2 things. I'm committing to this car, this platform, this V6, as much hate as I may get from whoever, wherever on the internet, talking about, oh, should have got the GT, should have did this, should have did that. Honestly, yell at the wall, because it's going to be more effective than yelling at me. It's my money, it's my time, it's my interest, it's my life. I'm doing the videos, I'm doing the editing, I'm doing the financing, I'm earning the money to make this possible. I bought what made sense for me in the situation that I'm in, given the goals that I want to achieve as well. And I actually think that achieving my V6 project will be something very interesting to watch and follow. Because all those people who are going to hate and say V6, blah, 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 I'm like, cool, when my car is done, let's line up and see what happens. You know what I mean? Smoke me, say whatever you want to say. Comment in all caps as hard as you possibly can. I promise you, it's not going to sway anything that I do or anything that I say. It'll probably be entertaining to read, and hell, some of those jokes might be funny as hell. But it ain't going to change the fact that this is what I plan on doing until I decide that I no longer want to do it. So if you're down for the ride, if you want to see this V6 get designed pretty and fast, please stay part of this channel. The look and the performance are equally important to me. So this car, not only do I want to make it look really nice, and do I have like a certain design aesthetic that I want to achieve with this car, with the ride height, with the wheels, with the spoiler, with stripes, no stripes, with changing the hood back to red, with whatever additional body kit pieces that I add on to it. I have a vision in my head that I'm not going to stop until I achieve that. Second, I can't have a car that just looks fantastic but it's got no balls. I want my car to go. So you already know I got horsepower plans for the car, but I'm also going to make the car sick as hell to look at. So that's just going to be the goal for this channel. Is I'm not going to overcommit and talk about 10-year plan. I have a 3.5-year plan, which is I want to fully build out this car as much as possible. I want to share the vlogs as I do that. I want to meet people who are excited about it. I want to meet people who have their projects that they love, and we can do car photography, or I can do video work for you. It doesn't really matter. I'm just enthralled by the car world ever since I was maybe 15, 14, you know, and I saw that orange Supra. And again, I have to say it, man, like I've seen every single Fast and Furious movie. That was probably one of my main introductions to like really thinking that I could do something fun with cars and automotives. I think I was like maybe a sophomore in high school when that movie came out. Got my first car, Mustang V6, 150 horsepower. It was forest green, but it was a damn Mustang, and the car could go. You know, at the time, I felt like it was the best thing I could have ever bought. Put air intake on that car. You know, I put neon lights on that car. I got a Flowmaster on that car. I remember that car because that car solidified the bug. That car is the reason why I've owned so many Mustangs. They started it all. It's the reason why I can't grow up. Like, this platform is the reason why I can't grow up. But I'm just saying, you know, at face value, when I put an air intake on this car and change the one that it has, I've spent money. When I put an exhaust on this car and change the one that it has, I've spent money. When I take time away from working on my business to do these videos, I've spent opportunity costs because I could have been furthering the business. Instead, I'm furthering something that I have a passion for. And I don't mind making that trade. Yeah, it sucks that I'm kind of in traffic right now. So forgive that the scenery isn't changing or going by super fast. We will get to those videos, trust me. But I just wanted to make a plea to the audience and just tell you guys exactly where I am, what I'm doing, why I'm doing it, and why I want you to be there to witness it. Like, this is a culture. There's a lot of people, hopefully, who think that a V6 Mustang that has some balls is going to be something worth watching get built. But yeah, I just want to make content. I'm going to keep making content. I'm going to learn as much as I can about growing this platform and trying to just reach more people who are about doing the same thing. That's what I want to do. I love this car. I love the C6, or the V6. I like the C6 too. Had one for 5 years. I love the V6 platform because, one, they discontinued it, so now this is more rare that you have a V6 Mustang in this body style. The S550, hands down, hands down, is my favorite looking Mustang of all time. I've owned every single Mustang from the 1997 body style, so that was like the 94 to 98. I've owned every single one except for the 99 to 2000. I think it was 2004, 99 to 04. I think that was the S197. And correct me if I'm wrong. Sorry. I've had every single one except for that one. So I would love as like a congratulatory gift to actually pick up a GT in one of those, because that was actually the car I wanted to start driving with, but I couldn't afford it as a high schooler. Those were more new, so I got the one before it, V6 used, 120,000 miles, but you couldn't tell me shit. Obviously you see I'm back to making content more consistently. I've already done a couple of small mods. I got other stuff planned. I just, you know, I want to do it right, guys. I believe in this. I still have that same dream of doing a car top to bottom exactly the way that I want. And I also make another promise. If everything goes well, I 1000% promise that this is going to be a 1-2 punch. I see the Mustang platform, specifically the S550, being my favorite. I would love to do V6 daily driver, even though it's high horsepower, and then do something stupid ridiculous, buy myself a GT manual, and I mean like really build that car. I'm talking like professionally consult with people who can get that car as like a show car, high horsepower, go to the drag strip and dominate, and then pull off all the GT badging and put another V6 emblem in the back just for the added effect. I think that is the long-term plan for this channel, and that's the goal, is I want to drive 2 V6 Mustangs, and I think this first one is gotta be, I gotta put everything I possibly can into making the content good, clean, crispy, fresh video quality, good sound, to then get and finance that second one, and then that second one, woo! Help me get to that point, all right? That's all I got for you guys today. If you like this car vlog, actually just let me know, because one thing that I will pride myself on as a YouTube creator is, even though it may lead to growth, even though it may lead to popularity, what I promise I won't do is the like beg for likes and subscriptions like 2 seconds into the video before I've even offered you anything good. Like, I will say sure, that kind of stuff at the end, right? Like, I'll try to capture the people who have stayed to that point and want to continue to be involved in what I do. So I'm not a like beggar, I'm not a subscribe beggar, and I'm not disrespecting those who do, but essentially what I'm trying to say is, I want this to be a mutually beneficial relationship. I want to produce content that you like, so if you like it, then just drop a like. That helps me. I'm not going to ask you to drop a like before I've given you anything to invest in, or before you even know if you like the content or not. If you like it, then please give a like. I feel like that's fair. It's free. It costs you about 3 seconds of time and attention to do that. It's like, that's easy. If you don't like the videos, as in like you know, you just, it's okay. You don't have to give me the like. It's all right, no problem. If you dislike my videos, even though I shouldn't say this, I encourage you to drop a thumbs down on the video, because that also, as long as it's like you dislike it for a constructive reason, not just because you want to see me fail and you're trying to mess up the algorithm. But if you're like, Larry, you know what? I don't like this video, I don't care. Go ahead and drop a dislike. It's okay. I'm going to be fair. I'm going to be face value. For me, it's about mutual benefit. I'm going to give you content, and if you like it, if I've done my job, then please just drop a like or subscribe if you want to stay on. That's it. I ain't going to beg. I ain't going to preach. I ain't going to do any of that other stuff. I want to grow the right way with people who actually care and want to be here. I mean, it's as simple as that.